Fishes are invertebrate organisms that live in the body of water. The water bodies are the habit of all the species of fish. There are over 34,000 species of invertebrates found in fresh and salt waterways around the world. Welcome everyone. This is a new generation of class where we discuss facts about things and places. Our case study today is centered on the unknown facts about fish. So sit back and enjoy. First off, the majority of fish lack eyelids. There are many species of fish in the world, but one would call it a mystery as their cycles of life are not quite understandable to humans. The majority of fishes lack eyelids since they do not require them. Eyelids keep eyes moist and prevent them from drying out. Eyelids also protect the eyes from airborne contaminants such as dirt and specks of dust. Dry eyes are not so much of a concern for fishes because they dwell in the water. Not all fishes lack eyelids, as some fishes such as sharks still have them. Other fishes have see-through eyelids, which are thick and translucent because their unique eyelids help fish focus on objects. In the world of science, it's believed that eyelids are similar to spectacles. Next up, how fishes respirate in water. Fish, like all other marine organisms, need water to thrive, but many people are unaware that they're just as reliant as humans are. Most, if not all, fishes acquire their oxygen from the water, which is where gills come into play. Gills are used by fish to let water in and collect oxygen from it using the tiny blood arteries on the gill's surface before releasing water gases back into the environment. Gills are similar to human lungs in such a way that they're specially built to capture atmospheric oxygen. Another strange resemblance is when fish allow themselves to be washed away by water currents in order to conserve their energy and oxygen supply in the water, which is similar to what we do when scuba diving. When a fish is not in the water, its gills will generally collapse since it cannot get oxygen the way it's supposed to. While it's still debatable whether fish sense acute pain, when they're withdrawn from the water, they'll die from asphyxia, sometimes in a matter of seconds. Did you know that snakehead fish can survive on land for 4 days? Water bodies are the habitat of fishes, but it's always ridiculous seeing a fish living outside the water body for days. Snakeheads are members of the Chenida family of freshwater perciform fish. They're very common in areas of Africa and Asia. They have the potential to become invasive species and cause ecological damage since they lack natural enemies in many locations where they're not active. They possess long dorsal fins, a big mouth, and glittering teeth. Next, fishes communicate with one another. Communication is the passing of information from one person to another. I know it might be hard to believe if I tell you that not only man communicates, animals, in which fishes are inclusive, also communicate among themselves. The communication between fishes and other animals is based on some reasons which include the search of food, mates, and protection. According to research made by the University of Auckland marine scientist Shariman Ghazali, revealed that fish communicate through noises such as grunts, chirps, and pops. He discovered after researching numerous varieties of fish housed in tanks that the Gunnard species have a large vocal repertoire and keep up a steady chatter. Next up, did you know that fish are actually cold-blooded? The characteristics exhibited by the fish that indicates the body temperature is mostly controlled by their surrounding means that fish are cold-blooded. As a result, because body temperature is linked to water temperature and variations in body temperature affect how the body functions, they can be stressful or fatal. Because water stores less dissolved oxygen at higher temperature, fish's respiration is affected, and they must move their gills faster to get the oxygen required. The temperature has an impact on metabolism, with metabolic activities taking place more quickly in warmer water. This increases the amount of oxygen required by fish. When the ambient water temperature is between 43 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, some fishes may warm their red muscular tissues to 26 to 32 degrees centigrade. Fish can live in all sorts of water. Freshwater, seawater, and brackish, which is a mixture of both fresh and seawater, are all habitats of bony fishes. The salinity of seawater is around 35 parts per million. Some gobby species may withstand salt levels up to 60 parts per million. Fishes can be found in almost every type of aquatic environment. Fish have evolved to live in a variety of locations, including rocky coastlines, coral reefs, kelp forests, rivers and streams, lakes and ponds, undersea ice, deep sea, and other fresh, salt, and brackish water environments. What do you know about the reproduction of the great white shark? Do you believe there's a species of fish that can give birth to live babies? Well, the answer is yes. The great white shark is an ovoviviparous species, which means it develops in an egg and then hatches inside its mother. The shark pup is born not long after. Great white embryos eat unfertilized eggs while still in the womb. They don't appear to eat the fertilized eggs though, as some other shark species have been known to do. Some fishes have taste buds all over their body. Certain fish push the spread of taste buds to the limit, thereby turning them into swimming tongues. Taste receptors can be found all over the body of animals, as different as carp, cod, mullet, and sturgeon. Taste buds span the entire body of the channeled catfish, with the highest concentration on the whisker-like barbel around its mouth. An electrophysiologist named Dr. J. Caprio discovered that these taste buds are extraordinarily sensitive, detecting proteins in water at a concentration as low as 1 to 100 micrograms per liter. Did you know that fish can change in sex? More than 1/3 of male fish in a sample of 1,500 fishes at 50 river sites exhibited female features. This is a result of gender-bending pollution. Female hormones from the contraceptive pill or hormone replacement therapy are being washed into our rivers. The condition, according to the government, might harm fish production by limiting their capacity to reproduce. Its research revealed the necessity for water providers to create innovative solutions, according to the company. Endocrine receptors, or chemicals that cause fish to change sex, have been a source of concern for some time now. Did you know that some fish are herbivores? Herbivorous animals are the animals that eat leaves and grasses. It's quite uncommon seeing fish eat leaves. Do we really have fish that are herbivorous? Well, yeah, we do. Herbivorous fish are seldom overlooked. To the delight of scuba divers, their brilliant colours light up the reef. But more crucially, these iconic fish are essential for coral production. Herbivorous fish eat coral algae and compete with them for light and oxygen. These little fish play a critical part in the existence of the ecosystem by consuming algae. But since they lack jaw teeth, how do they eat them? They have tooth-like grinding mills in their throat, which are called farnegal teeth. Next up is imbalance with the ocean. The amount of salt in the water can make life difficult for the animals that live there. Sharks make a lot of chemical urea to cope with the salty water. The salt in the ocean water is counterbalanced by this chemical, which is produced throughout the shark's body. In other words, the salt water contains the same amount of salt as the water inside the shark's tissues contain urea. As a result, sharks do not lose water as other fishes do. A salt-excreting gland near the shark's anus helps get rid of excess salt. Did you know that electrogenic fish can generate electric fields? Any fish that can generate an electric field is known as an electric fish. Electrogenic fish are those that can generate electric fields, whereas electroreceptive fishes are those that can detect them. The majority of electrogenic fish are electroreceptive as well. Electric fish can be found in South America and Africa in both the ocean and freshwater rivers. Many fish, including sharks, rays, and catfish, are electroreceptive to electric fields. But they're not categorized as electric fish since they cannot create electricity. The majority of common bony fish, such as those maintained in aquaria or captured for food, is neither electrogenic nor bioluminescent. Electric fish use a specific structure called an electric organ to generate their electric fields. This is made up of modified muscle or nerve cells that have evolved to produce bioelectric fields that are stronger than those produced by conventional nerves or muscles, primarily for communication and predator defense or navigation. According to evidence, this organ appears to have originated independently of muscle tissue. Fishes undergo sleep-like intervals in which their responsiveness to stimuli is reduced. Their physical activities are lowered and their metabolism is slowed, but they do not exhibit the same changes in brain waves as people do when they sleep. The majority of fish can see in color and use it to conceal themselves or protect their area. Most fish have excellent eyesight for their environment and can see clearly notice you peeking into the aquarium. Some of them also have the ability to see and detect polarized or ultraviolet light. Millions of fish can congregate in schools. To keep their places in the schools, they use their eyes and something called the lateral line. The lateral line is a row of pores that runs from the head to tail down the sides of the fish. Changes in water pressure caused by movements of other fish or predators are detected by special hairs in the pore. Fishes with tiny fins and a split tail move swiftly and may need to cover considerable distances. Fish that live among rocks and reefs near the ocean floor, on the other hand, have broad lateral fins and huge tails. To safeguard a ship from capsizing, it has a strong keel at the lower half. Fish, on the other hand, it's on the top. When the paired fins that keep fish balanced quit working or functioning, the fish turns over because its heaviest section sinks, which is what happens when it dies. The diameter of an inflated porcupine fish can exceed 35 inches. It then puffs itself up into drinking water and storing it in its stomach. With more water in the stomach, it expands. Don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to this channel. And remember to hit the notification bell icon so that you can have access to our unlimited videos, discoveries, trending news, and also be notified when we release a new video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, we're sure you'd like to watch another more related concept from our channel. So stay tuned for more of our videos. And don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to our channel. We love you.